this is Sung, the Principal and Director of Sky Academy, and we've been looking at the topic of linear functions, and we've been analysing linear functions, and from our study up until now, we will have realised that the two forms that are most useful for putting a linear function into are the gradient intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So do you remember that? And in this situation, m would be the gradient, b would be the y-intercept. Or the other form that's really particularly useful is the general form, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. That's the other form that's really useful as well. Okay, so you've got these two forms, y is equal to mx plus b, ax plus by plus c equals to 0. These two forms are really useful. Okay. However, when it comes to vertical and horizontal lines, the gradients don't quite fit into this mold. Okay. And let me explain why. When you've got a line that's horizontal, the gradient's going to be equal to 0, right? So these ones are particularly easy. The gradient will be equal to 0, which means your x will be eliminated. Does that make sense? Your x will be eliminated. So your answer will just be y is equal to a certain number. Okay? So for example, if this point here was minus 4, it would make sense that this line is the line y equals to minus 4. Yes? And the reason why is because every single point on this line will have a y-coordinate of minus 4. So even though this point here is minus 6, this point here would be minus 6 minus 4. Even though this point here is 0, this point here would be 0 minus 4. Even though this point is 9, this point here would be 0, This point here would be 9 minus 4. Every single point here, the y-coordinate would be equal to minus 4. Therefore, it would make sense that the equation of this line is y is equal to minus 4. Does that make sense? Which would mean the equation of the line over here would be y is equal to b. Or, sorry, let's make it 3. Y is equal to 3, right? Because every single point along here, the y-coordinate would be equal to 3. So, for a horizontal line, the general equation would be y is equal to b, where b is the y-intercept. Okay? Now, for vertical lines, it'll be exactly the same, except instead of for y, it'll be for x. So vertical lines, the equation would be x is equal to b. And let's call it a, for example, to make it easier. A. But really, what a is the x-intercept. What b is the y-intercept. So it's where this line crosses the y-axis, and for the vertical line, a, it's where the vertical line crosses the x-axis. Right? So horizontal lines take on the form y is equal to b, vertical lines take on the form x equals to a. So it'll be slightly different from your gradient intercept form or from your general form. Horizontal lines will just be y is equal to b, and vertical lines would be x equals to